Well lads, it looks like we were all wrong because this Sonic Generations remaster is shaping up to be way bigger than we actually anticipated. See, if you don't already know, a Sonic Generations remaster has actually been leaked a couple of days ago and is actually going to get revealed today. But last night, we got yet again another leak on the game with some pretty big information, so we're going to take a look at it in today's video. So, without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let's take a look at the news at hand. Onto Twitter. We Sonic Rush. Actually, hang on, just before we carry on with the video. Something tells me that you're not subscribed. How do I know that, you ask? Well, look at this. Are you seeing that right now? Most of the people watching this video right now aren't subscribed. What's going on with that then, eh? Press that subscribe button right the hell now because, you know, just saying, Sega was telling me that if you don't subscribe right now, they ain't releasing that Unleashed port. Okay, they didn't actually say that, but come on man, you should still subscribe right now. You won't regret it. Trust me. Anyways, I'll stop bothering you now, so on with the video. Right, so here we have a tweet from TBYT. Sonic X Shadow Generations, I still hate that name. Hope they change it, please. Reportedly has much more than just adding Shadow as a playable character. There will be new game, new story, new levels, tiers of content. Source Lolilo Lilo, who previously leaked Persona 3 and Persona 4, Persona 3. Why is there so many Persona games, bro? Why? Just call it a different thing, bro. Just call it, I don't know, something else. Let's get rid of the numbers, man. It's very annoying. But yeah, ports among other things. Then all this information is coming from resetera.com. So yeah, the leak we're about to see right now is coming from a very reliable source. They've been credible 100% of the time. They've been zero misses, man. Zero misses from them. So yeah, let's take a look. Right, here we are, first screenshot. Would just adding Shadow as playable be enough to change the title of the game like that? Or do you think there will be additional story content / levels? This is real and bigger than what most people think. There's much more than just adding Shadow as a playable character. And yeah, we kind of already knew that from Zippo pretty much, but it gets bigger, trust me. Oh sugar, how much new content are we talking? New game, new story, new levels. Without returning levels from Sonic Generations, there's a remaster, yes. The Shadow part is extra content. So this really is going to be Super Mario 3D World and Bowser's Fury, but for Sonic Generations, where it's going to be Sonic Generations plus Shadow's Fury, or as we now know it, Sonic X Shadow Generations. Dumb name again. And now this is the kind of stuff I want to see in a Sonic Generations remaster though. New levels, thank god, because Generations, it was so good, but it was also so short, man. It needed more levels in there. And they could have done that in DLC, but no, we just got Casino Night, and yeah, that was seriously pathetic. So it's so good to see that we're going to get new levels at least in the Generations remaster, in the form of a new story with Shadow the Hedgehog. Now this person says new game here, so is it legit just going to be like completely separate from Generations then, not like a branching off of this or like an episode Shadow or something? No, it feels like a completely brand new game here, which is quite interesting. I can't really imagine how that's actually going to work, to be honest. Like, what is it going to be, like Shadow going through his memories or something, so we're going to get like all Shadow the Hedgehog, SA2 and 06 levels or something like that? Or is it going to be like Sonic Forces episode Shadow, where we're just going to go through the same levels in Generations with like harder versions of them or something like that, just with a brand new story? Or is it just going to be something completely different, where we're just going to have something like Bowser's Fury, where it's just completely separate from the actual game and it's like a whole new gameplay style and everything? Well, not necessarily gameplay style, because I reckon it'll still be the boost or something like that, but probably like a new gameplay structure. Maybe it could be like a mini open zone with a couple new levels, maybe something like that. But I do wonder if Shadow will have the same gameplay as Sonic though. Will it just be the boost again, or will it be something like SA1 or SA2? Because for a while, Shadow has basically just been like Sonic, essentially. I mean, in SA2, Heroes and Forces, yeah, basically just a Sonic clone. But in Shadow's actual game, and also on Sonic 06, he had some brand new moves like the Chaos Powers. I guess it really depends on how all out they go for this remaster and then this new Shadow story. If they want to and are going to go all out for this new Shadow story, then yeah, slap in all the new Chaos Powers for him. But if it is kind of a slap together thing, then I guess stick with the regular boost gameplay. I mean, it's going to be familiar to them at least. And I'm sure with Movie 3 coming out this year, they don't want to really bottle a Shadow part of this Sonic Generations remaster, because it's Shadow, the main selling point of the game, and if it's mid, then what the hell are they going to do about that? Exactly, nothing. They're gonna be screwed, bro. But let's just say that we're gonna stick with the original Generation structure. I just want to say right now, I think I said this on stream yesterday, but if we're gonna get to see like returning bosses from like Shadow specifically, I want to see Infinite Mephiles, or Black Doom return. Either one of those three, maybe even all three, that'd be awesome. But specifically Infinite. I want to see Infinite come back and get justice done, because it's just so annoying just thinking about how much wasted potential there was between Infinite and Shadow in Forces, because episode Shadow, it was decent in terms of the potential and all the ideas there, but they barely scratched the surface of what they could have done with it. And it's even more annoying when you see the main game of Forces and saying that Shadow and Infinite didn't even interact at least once. It was just no interaction at all. And it's stupid because literally Shadow is the reason that Infinite even exists. It's because of Shadow, and they don't even exchange a couple of words at all in the main story. Like, it's just stupid. So if we can get the opportunity to get Infinite to come back and actually interact with Shadow again, that opportunity needs to be taken. Desperately needs to be taken. Now then, while I am very happy that Shadow's getting a brand new story in this generation's remaster, because that's going to make it like a big reason to buy it in the first place, there is a part of me that is a bit worried. Now, I'm not talking about any worries for the actual Sonic Generations remaster. I'm more talking about a game that Zippo leaked that's going to be coming out near the end of this year for the movie, which was that new Sonic and Shadow game, like a totally brand new game, not just a remaster, like a completely brand new game. Now, Zippo did say that in his leak about Generations Ultimate or whatever, that this game and then Generations remaster are two completely separate things, even including the new Shadow content in the Generations remaster. Even with that, they're still both two separate games, but I don't know, man. With the way this Generation Remaster is starting to sound, I'm beginning to believe that Zippo might not be 100% accurate here. Now, no Sonic fans, before you start getting your pitchfork sound saying, "Ah, Unleash, I told you so," no. This does not mean that Zippo was completely wrong. It does not mean that at all. It just means that Zippo was partly right, and his source kind of got things muddled up a bit. And this has happened with Zippo leaks in the past too. For example, the modern 2D game that was being leaked for ages actually turned out to be Superstars, so not modern, but it was still a 2D game that Zippo was talking about. That was the one. And I am kind of afraid that that's happened again with this, because this new Shadow story in the Generations remaster could be this new quote-unquote Sonic and Shadow game that Zippo got info about. Because from the leaks that we heard about in today's video, the Shadow thing is going to be completely brand new content, new levels, new story, new everything. So that technically means we are getting a brand new Sonic and Shadow game, but it's not going to be the thing that we all thought it's going to be near the end of the year. It's just going to be bundled in with the Generations remaster. And even though I am very happy about Shadow getting his own story in Generations remastered or whatever, I am still kinda sad that we wouldn't be getting that new Sonic and Shadow game at the end of the year. Because I mean, come on, a new Sonic game, it doesn't get better than that really. But to talk about the flip side of the coin here, Zippo posted this article last year on May 28th, "What is Sega cooking?" where he spoke about how, at that point in time, there were a total of 6 Sonic games in development at Sega. Now, since Zippo's post about that, we've had Sonic Superstars, Sonic Dream Team, now getting Sonic Generations Remaster, and then that leaves 3 unknown games. Now, I think a couple of days ago, we also got a leak about 3 new mobile Sonic games coming out this year at some point, so maybe those 3 could be it, but then that means that that Sonic and Shadow game wouldn't be coming out. But there's also another thing here. Sonic Dream Team and one of these 3 mobile games are being developed for Apple Arcade, which probably means that they're going to be developed mostly by Apple. I know Sega Hardlight has some part in developing these Apple Arcade games, but a lot of it is done by Apple, obviously. So that would take our total of games that are being developed at Sega right now from 6 down to 4. But then another thing, there's a Sonic Chow Garden game being developed for Netflix. So I reckon that that game's also being developed by Netflix or something like that, so that brings our total down to 3. But again, that might not be the way this all works, but let's just say that mobile games don't count. Let's just say that. That means we have Sonic Superstars, Sonic Generations Remastered, then I assume they're counting Sonic Frontiers 2? Maybe? Then obviously that means we have 3 spare slots for Sonic games now, which means there is room for that Sonic and Shadow game, but I feel like I'm maybe slightly coping here with the fact that I'm disregarding mobile games, so I don't know, man. Anyways, that about does it for today's video, so yeah, Sonic Generations Remastered is shaping up to be one hell of a game, but because of how big the game actually is going to be, that does mean that I'm a bit skeptical for this Sonic and Shadow game releasing apparently near the end of this year. And even though it is just a rumour, a part of me will still be a bit sad that we weren't going to get that ever. But what do you guys think of this topic? Do you think the Generations Remaster and the Sonic and Shadow game are separate games or just the same game? Let me know down below. I'd love to see what you guys have to say. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, especially that last one. Don't forget to become unleashed by pressing that join button down below. Remember, it's not necessary. And I'll see you all next time. Peace!